It is the last podcast of 2023.
Hopefully you had a great and Merry Christmas.
Did you?
I really, truly did.
Did you like the gift I gave you?
Heather got me. So the way that
I
it's
got
set
you
up.
two things, though.
What was this? Oh, yes. Okay, so. Okay, so. Yeah. Heather got me two gifts. Heather's main person to buy for was my older sister, Ashley. My main person to buy for it was my younger sister, Summer.
Hold on. We got to do the new intro music. 1, 2, 3, and... Continue.
And we said it because Christmas can go so fast when there's only, that few of gifts.
Yeah.
That take a little portion of the money that you're designated to give your main gift giver and buy each sister a gift of $25.
What was I thought our budget what was our budget for the primary sister that we got?
It was $200, but we dropped it down to $150 to give $25.
I went
to
over
each sister.
budget by far.
Yeah.
I thought it was $200.
No, we borrowed from that budget.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Even Ashley said you went over your budget.
I went way over budget.
Yeah, no.
She got lucky. I wasn't paying attention. I lost her game. So $25 is kind of...
it's a hard...
Because it's not... We weren't supposed to give a gift card. It was supposed to be a physical gift for an adult.
Usually you would do a gift card if it was something like $25, but we couldn't. So Heather thought way out of the box.
I did.
And got me a full thing, like a gallon jug of Pezz's.
Corey's favorite candy seems to be a Pez.
I do love me a good Pez.
You do. So it was the biggest thing of Pez's. Pez candy.
Pez candy is good until
it's
you
bad.
eat that one extra one.
No, there's a limit. There's a
so a gallon?
Then I was in Bakery Tico's group and she had a sales thread. Oh, that's what they're like when you're allowed to sell them. And East End Laserworks, a couple, they take tumblers and engrave them. And I thought it would be so funny because they had done a cookie tumbler for somebody and put their logo on it. So I ordered one for Corey in orange with her mixing bowl cookie company.
I'm making a video of it.
I said, prepare yourself. Should probably make a video.
So you can see, but it's not. It's not a Stanley cup, but it looks like a Stanley cup.
It really
cup
does,
to me.
but it's super orange. They were very nice. Their turnaround time was exceptionally fast.
Yeah, what a great cute idea.
Drink water in 2024.
That's my New Year's resi.
New Year's resi, I like it because it wasn't not eating cake today.
Sometimes this is such a lull.
I know.
And then you need a cake slice to get you.
Speaking of lulls, that is today's podcast topic. The lull between end of Christmas, beginning of the new year is a great time. Orders are slowing down. We just passed the Super Bowl cookies.
We did. Listen, when I woke up from the coma that was December, I realized my house it looked good from afar.
5 foot away.
But it was far from it.
Far from good. But so in this week, kind of a down time, a lot of people don't take orders. There are things that you can do to move your business forward to tee it up in 2024. The January, February, March season for cookies isn't anything close to December. That's why it feels so slow. But it's actually not our slowest season. The slowest season is in the summer.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of holidays coming up.
Yeah, we want to have our feet ready to go for the run because it'll be a little bit more competitive. December orders there's so many that a lot of us don't even have to compete with each other. If anything, you're often sending people to your competition. In January, February, March, it's a little more competitive. There's just fewer orders, and these months are kind of weird when the holiday falls halfway through the month. The fun thing about Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas is they fall at the end of the month.
And you get a pure month in between.
And then our entire audience is engaged into that holiday for an entire month. Now, in January, kind of really slow. Not a lot of major holidays. February, we actually have
Valentine's Day right smack dab in the middle.
I'm actually going to pull up this calendar because this year is kind of weird.
It is.
When it comes to the holidays.
It truly is
So I'm going to tell you what's coming your way. New Year's will be this Monday.
Yeah.
Also, terrible idea that a holiday falls on a Monday and then you go to work on Tuesday.
Means that next year it'll be on a Tuesday now.
Terrible. Yeah. And also, but is it going to, it doesn't come back around to being good until it gets to Thursday.
Yeah. So we have to wait about 7 years.
I don't like it. So Christmas done. New Year's is in 8 or 6 days. The Super Bowl is before Thanksgiving. It's before Valentine.
Definitely is before Thanksgiving.
I wasn't wrong. So the Super Bowl is on the 11th of February.
The 11th.
Yeah. So you see what's happening.
Yeah.
That's 47 days away. If you're looking in weeks, it's 7 weeks. So imagine ordering your cutters
now.
You'd probably be doing it the first week of Jan.
Yeah.
Mardi Gras is the 13th of February.
I always thought it wasn't a February holiday.
Have a
you don't have to prove that wrong. I'm not very smart.
Mardi Gras. It is February 13th, which puts Valentine's Day February 14th. So these are all within just a day or two of each other. That's February for us.
Yeah.
So we go from nothing in January to these 3 later holidays within days of each other, which will be a marketing two-step.
It'll be which one you choose, and we'll do a podcast on that.
Then we have what happens in March, which is different than any other year because oddly, Easter comes early this year.
Wow.
So St. Patrick's Day is the 17th of March. Easter is the 31st of March. Typically, it falls in April. And then you have April Fool's Day, the day after Easter.
Which is not a big sales.
No, but some people like it.
Yeah.
Some people can manage to make that a decent holiday for themselves. However, Easter being the big day.
Yes.
And Valentine's Day being the bigger day.
Yeah.
So we have these little pockets of holidays together,
pockets.
Almost too jumbled.
It is.
Right.
I like me a little space.
Right, I know. So that's what 2024 is shaping up to be. It's going to be almost, pick your poison. Do you want to do this one? Do you want to do that one? Are you trying to market 2 at the same time? Are you trying to do classes and DIY kits?
Easter class and all that jazz.
Platter orders are big in Easter. So these are a list of things, all easy, that you can do this week that doesn't imply too much work.
Listen, it's not going to make you have to go tie your bootlaces. Mm-mm. You're not going to have to put on a...
You have to gear up. This one, do it while you're watching TV.
Yeah, you can just do it while you're watching TV, but it does need to get done.
Kind of a spring cleaning list, but here in the last week of 2023.
Yes.
So we start off with update your cover photo. If you're a decent marketer, odds are it's holiday themed right now. Very nice. But all of our audience at the same time is disengaging from the holidays.
They're sick of it.
They're deciding when that tree comes down.
Yeah.
So your cover photo must as well. Here's what I'm going to recommend. Either a branded cover photo, something simple that's kind of could last for a while, or pitching this here, lock in a Valentine's Day. It's going to create a little uproar in your audience.
Yeah.
But I think it would be nice to be first come, first serve. I got here first with Valentine's Day. Kind of move that audience along.
I went to the Marshalls the other day.
Oh, Marshalls
already has
Hobby Lobby's probably at July, 4th of July decorations?
No, right. There's Valentine's Day up and rearing.
So that's your choice. You could easily get by with just a branded cover photo or a generic photo of custom cookies if that's what you want to push. But again, like we talked about in the last podcast, push what you want to produce.
Push what you want to produce.
2, this is number 2, repost your pin photo. Now this one, I hate doing because it feels redundant, but you should do it because right now, if you did a January 1
mine
post,
says September 18th, right?
But it's going to say September 18th last year.
It'll say a year ago. It won't even say
Yeah, what happens when Facebook with a timestamp is it kind of rounds them around.
Yeah, it'll say
a year ago.
When you post yesterday, it'll say 1 day.
Right.
Or 3 days.
And then it'll start doing the actual date.
Yeah, then it'll say September 18th.
But what happens when we move into 2024, a lot of people are not even going to see the date it's posted. They're going to see that the year is a year behind. They're like, wow, this page hasn't been updated in a year, even if you did post it in September, October. So I'm going to encourage you, and we've got to do this too, is to, even if it's copying and pasting the same content and the same picture, which is pretty easy to do it and repin the post. That way it is all ready to go with that 2024 timestamp. Keep in mind though, we're in January. We're still in 2023. So you'll do that next week.
Kind of plug them.
Do that on Monday.
And I will say, read that pin post you're doing. A lot of times they'll be accepting orders for December of 2023.
Right.
A
little bit of proofreading. Never hurt nobody. I need to take that one in. Number 3, update your email away message or turn it off. A lot of times when I send out the Wednesday newsletter, quite a few of you guys have just a generic autoresponder on. I read them sometimes, I delete most of them. A lot of it says still taking orders. Some of you guys...
It's so easy to forget about.
It's so easy because you don't see it.
Yeah.
And if you guys aren't monitoring your inbox all the time, some of you guys have inboxes that are just catch-all, for spam.
Yeah.
Thanks for the signing up for the Wednesday. And then it's just hey, email me over here now. And then that information will be pretty out of date.
Yeah.
I would go through, I would either update that with a welcome to 2024, kind of moving your audience over, or turn it off if you got to turn it off.
Absolutely.
Update your email signature. I don't see a ton of people who change their email signatures. I know I do. If you are like me and you have some information that you provide to your audience, now, or I'm booked for, I'm now taking orders, or I would go in there and I would update that email signature now. That'd be a nice way. You don't want to have that residual old stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have, you take this one away, update your autoresponders in Facebook Messenger.
On Facebook Messenger, a lot of us have autoresponders.
Great way to manage incoming leads.
Yeah, but a lot of times we'll set it up for a pre-sale. Like if you want to order the cookie advent calendars, fill out this link below. Okay, I'm no longer doing advent calendars for a whole nother year.
Oh, goodness.
But to go in there and just make sure everything is good to go. If you're planning on raising your prices in 2024,
that's a good one.
One of my autoresponders is how much is a custom dozen, just to weed out some of the tire kickers out there.
We went through your autoresponders last month.
We did.
Why did we do that?
Because I raised my prices.
She raised her prices, and then we knew one autoresponder was still your old branding. We could not figure out where it was.
Yeah, it was so hidden in there.
So we did like an audit. Like Corey was submitting, like I was sending messages. She was reading when it was coming. We ended up finding it. It was in her link bio where that email was. So that's something to always go through and read. It would be nice to update it, refresh it, maybe a little bit new content, so that people who messaged you last year would get to be reading something new.
Yeah.
You know? Not like, oh, this person is definitely.
Yeah. So if you're updating where you live, like you've moved or something, you're updating your pricing is a good one. Your minimum amount. Like, so if you're like, I don't mind taking a dozen, or it's a 2 dozen minimum, that's a good thing to add in there. It will save some back and forthy.
Something I really like to incorporate into autoresponders is an expectation of your turnaround time in responses. So a lot of times when somebody has an idea, they want everyone to execute on it immediately, right? So you're like, oh, I wanted cookies. Where are you? Why aren't you replying to me? If your autoresponder says if you're looking at a 2-day response time, would be nice to let them know that. Granted, 2 days could be a little long for somebody, but keep that in mind. It does set that expectation.
If you say 2 days, they won't go shopping elsewhere when they're like, I never heard back.
Right. So if you say 2 days, honor the 2 days. But if you know it's going to take 2 days, don't leave them hanging, because a lot of people get pretty anxious if they don't hear back immediately.
Yes.
Right. Hold on. You said update your autoresponders in Facebook Messenger. I had a point on that one. Oh, something that Facebook is constantly updating their application with really cool features. Something I noticed in my own personal messenger. I don't use it often, but it was like you can tag your personal message now as leads. I assume people who use the Messenger app could do that too. Yeah. If you're still using your personal Facebook to take orders, you can now use tags, and that helps you filter pretty quickly. Nice. But it also introduced AI. It was like, can we know your blood type? Please accept the terms. So I didn't say okay. But when you... Oh, and another thing that Facebook has added to those autoresponders are merge tags, mail merge tags, which means that you can customize the response. So you'll see when you go to create the autoresponder on Facebook computer desktop version, it says, do you want to include their first name? So that means anybody who messages me, let's say Corey sends a message to my page, I'm not there. It'll say, hey, Corey, the odds of Corey opening a message that start with her name are much higher.
Oh, it doesn't sound like an autoresponder.
Yes. And there's a couple other tags they include, I think. And then you can set up automated questions to kind of help guide people to those most common FAQs.
So I have 3 common questions. I think it's where are you located? Because in the area we are, even though you could be technically 5 minutes away in traffic.
35 days away.
Yeah, 35 days away. I have what's the price of a dozen?
Very nice. Again, we're getting people's questions out of the way before they, and this is a great way to manage your inbox as well, is have those questions ready to go. I see a lot of people use them. It's always good to update what those questions are as well. If you're doing this for your autoresponder, do these for the FAQ. It's in the same section on your business page.
True. My last one is how can I place an order, and it links to my job phone.
Great. And I'm actually going to get to that in a second. Update your link tree. I know Corey and I use Shoreby, but for, you know what, when I got rid of the word Vendy Blendy everywhere, I forgot to delete it from Shoreby. So I found it last week.
Yeah, because it's almost like 5 bazillion clicks away. A lot of people have your pre-sales on them. I've clicked on many people.
Right.
Like what you're doing for your pre-orders are saying booked.
Yes.
It'll say booking for December 2023.
Because it's not easily accessible from the Instagram app. Yeah. It's just that link you have there. It is always the last thing I think about. I know our cookie classes link tree has all of the 2023 classes. So you want to make sure, especially if you have more than one Instagram account or Facebook page where it has that link there, to make sure you go and update that for 2024. And I would say spruce it up, change the copy a little bit, judge the background if you have one that allows you to change the background of the images, and update everything, remove anything that is no longer functioning.
Yeah.
Right. So keep your link tree in mind. Remove outdated cookie classes. Now I have a website with cookie classes listed, and I also have those link trees all linking to cookie classes, so you can click specifically directly to a class and purchase a ticket, which we preach. Make it easy for people to pay you. But it also means you have to do a little bit of cleanup when those classes end.
Worst.
So go out and remove any references to outdated cookie classes where you can purchase them. I wouldn't go back in time and delete posts about classes. That makes no sense. And content, it's no longer in the feeds anymore. You're good there. But if you have that, that small little tag, the little bio now on Facebook is so short.
Yes.
If you have anything about classes there, make sure it reflects these new classes.
My favorite thing is Facebook did us all dirty. They updated that tiny little bio under your profile
and
picture.
truncated it.
Yeah, not even truncated. It cut off.
That's
so
truncation.
it'll be.
Oh yeah, it's like mid.
It'll be specialized in custom.
I almost feel like it went from 150 characters to 90.
2. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And
a lot of people have not updated them because every time I click
yours?
I did update it.
I'm going to read yours aloud. Do you care?
No, I don't think so.
I'm pulling it up.
Hey, I just updated all that stuff. Don't be blowing off any dust
I'm an admin of yours.
there.
Okay, yours fits within the thing. You have a nice emoji.
Thank you.
A Woodbridge VA baker specializing in custom design sugar cookies and cookie classes. Very nice.
Technically, what I did is I actually live in Lake Ridge. Not everyone knows what Lake Ridge is.
It's a subset of
Woodbridge. So I just said, you know what? Instead of people being like, where's Lake Ridge? I just said, let me change it to Woodbridge because it's more known.
Nice, I like that. And most people who live in Lake Ridge know Woodbridge. People in Woodbridge don't know Lake Ridge. We have a very populated area, so it has incorporated towns and unincorporated cities, and I think you're in an unincorporated city. Clear out website products that are holiday themed. Now, if you're big into SEO, this is a little bit of nothing. It's the marriage of what drives people to a website and what keeps them on a website. Now, deleting content from a website is not the goal of search engine optimization. We kind of would want that content. We want to optimize. Traffic has been driven to that content. It's likely indexed in Google, but nothing frustrates me more than when I go to a website and all their products are sold out.
Yeah, because it's
like now I have to play Where's Waldo of products to figure out what's still for sale. Yeah. So from my perspective, I think it'd be worth not necessarily deleting the content, but if you can archive the page, depending on what website platform you have, I would get rid of those products. I would archive them or, delist them.
Yeah.
And have only products that are available to purchase right now.
Yeah, because the more work you make your clients do, a lot of them don't have an extra 5 minutes because they're so busy. So them clicking to your website and realizing they're having to search for whatever they want to buy, they're going to click off. And odds are they might forget about it, and that's a lost sale you never knew you were going to have.
Right. So keep in mind, if we're delisting products on our website, if you have an e-commerce website, then you're also probably likely going to, if you did good in the holiday season, remove all that holiday content on the homepage. Sometimes if you have a website that you're constantly updating, which is great to get people into the buying mood, that means you got a little bit more footwork when we move out of the holiday season. So what you're going to want to do is change all that stuff. And I have it as a next kind of mention here is either make it winter themed, snowman themed, football themed, or Valentine's Day themed.
Yeah.
Winter, obviously, we're more in winter. You're going to get a little bit of your audience balking when you post Valentine's Day because they're like, already?
Oh, I know.
However, they're not thinking about your cookies right now. When they do start thinking about them, we want to be sure that we have all that product ready to go. We have update your order form to remove holiday products. So I know Corey doesn't use a website yet. I got to make it. But she does use a job form. And I know you have a bunch of mentions of 2023 in job form. You'll need to go audit your order form.
Take off my holiday DIY kits.
Holiday DIY kits. What else can you remove?
Right now, that's the only thing I did a pre-sale for.
Do you have any 2023's mentions?
I'm sure in the little bio part. Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. So you'd want to go back through that. If you have Google Forms, you would do that too. And then even during your checkout process, if you have a website, a lot of times I like websites that include autoresponders. Like once there's a submission made. Yes, you do. Yours says, thank you so much. We received your stuff. So if you have that, you're going to want to change that to. So that's always those ones that you forget in the background is these autoresponders of that Linktree stuff where it's easy to forget because you said, well, I've updated everything. And you're like, oh, I missed one.
Yeah, because you're not getting that last little.
And nothing makes you as unpolished as forgetting that autoresponder still says, happy 2022. Switch branding to either, this is that point. Switch your branding either to a generic, your logo, generic cookies, or if you want to kind of follow the holidays, it would be kind of a winter snow theme or Valentine's Day.
Every year, I beg Heather to put a Santa Claus hat on me logo.
Corey loves a Santa hat on the logo.
But thank God Heather came up with this list because I had left my Santa hat on my logo. And I had to boot it.
You're one day late.
I removed it. Now you can make my little circles in my logo little hearts.
Okay.
Yeah,
Of course, you not have access to some of your social I love it. But yeah, you'll want to switch your branding over. Again, if you're like, ooh, that's a little too early for me. Generic branding really works. Your logo.
Yeah.
A set of custom cookies that has no real theme to it. Kind of birthday theme. Everyone's having a
or
birthday.
if you're doing a New Year's that you can put that on there. But now
you'll be doing this again.
Another to do.
And then I have as a final point, collect 2023 missing payments before 2024. Once somebody mentally gets into that was last year. You're still worried about it? I would say you can kind of use the end of the fiscal year as a great excuse to be like, hey, I'm, closing my books and I need you to pay me. My books.
My account's
My books are telling me you haven't read my invoice.
Yeah, when it gets into the new year and other bills start coming, right now they still have a few crumbs left of the cookies that you sold them. So you want to remind them. It's not too early, believe me.
Yeah.
My bank called. They said I need to pay my credit card bill. So
it does come a point in time when you need to collect payment that you've waited too long and it's weird. It makes it kind of weird. So right now you have a great excuse. And here's how I'd kind of word this one. Like, hey, it's the end of the fiscal year. I'm auditing my books and closing up shop. Not closing up shop. You haven't paid me. I have to close up shop. I'm closing my books for the 2023 year. I'd love to get this paid out before we have to process a 10% late fee.
Yeah.
So you can kind of use that.
You can go around that by collecting at time of
order.
Which I do understand.
Some people get a little busy. Corey got a little risky this year.
I did get risky. So we'll have to do a podcast topic on this. Yeah. How pre-sales can open your doors to more business.
Corey did a DIY kit pre-sale, but it was very FOMO-y. Corey's like, I'm only making 10 of these. I'm only making 20. I think he ended up selling 30.
I was one of the local bakers who allowed you to pick up December 22nd. A lot of people had already closed their
If you
stuff.
think Corey's crazy, I yelled at her too because she made me sling the icing.
He did.
But it was a great way to get the last minute people. Now, what you did is you said, okay, I'll put you down. For a kit. And then you collected their email addresses?
Everyone gave me their email addresses, and I said, I will email you the week of.
So this is a risky click. She did not take payment at time of order, and I was very curious to see how this would result. And what you did is you sent an email a week out. You sent the email with a payment link the week of, 3 days out, and then the day of.
Then the day before, and then the day
4?
Of. Yeah, there was, I want to say there was probably 3 total. Right. Instead of a week out, it was 5 days out. Then it was 3 days out, and then it was
the day of.
Yeah.
So 27 DIY kits sold.
Yeah, it was 28 people because there were some PYOs in there.
Okay.
So 28 people Dow paid.
And 0 was collected ahead of time.
Well, if you could pay with the link. So it wasn't like...
Oh, it was not collected when they put their name down.
Yeah,
but it
was
could have been paid
after.
A few days.
So it was a gamble because if you're like...
You had to already bake the cookies by the time the first email with the link went on.
No.
Oh, so really you were not... Well, you wouldn't know. You had to bake it regardless. How many people paid with the first email?
Only half.
Half did.
Yeah.
So 50% of people paid at pickup.
What was funny is the people who paid beforehand had ordered from me prior. So they were comfortable enough with me, like, I'm going to get my product.
This is what Corey said. The 50% who didn't felt like, am I paying and she's not going to fulfill?
Yeah, you could almost feel like they were...
Which is why some people do 50% up front, 50% at pickup to kind of ensure like, hey, you say, I say, you say, I say. Right. It's like a little version of an escrow.
I know. So a lot of people who I'd never met before, they were new customers. I wanted them to feel just a tinge bit comfortable with me. And it was such a low buy-in. It was $25 a kit. If it was like a custom set, I'd be
tell them what was the kit? It's 6 cookies, 4 icings. It was actually our cookie class kit.
It was cookie class kits.
If you're in the cookie class kit membership, the December class is what she turned into a
so we
kit.
taught it. We taught it for our own Christmas cookie class.
On the 9th.
But then I said, you know what? Let's get some runway out of this bad boy.
You have the cutters. It's a great way to make, if you don't know what the cookie class kits is, it's a membership where we provide everything you need to teach a cookie class, but you have to buy the cutters, which we partner with Sweet Pink Olive. You can buy the STLs or the physical cutter. But once you buy them, squeezing more juice out of them makes them a lot more affordable.
And I want to tell everybody, I sold a cutter. I sold a cookie set in a brown box But what they got that day was a cookie set in a white box.
Did they burn down your house as predicted?
Not even one person mentioned it.
A lot of folks think if I don't duplicate the cookie class kits directly, people won't be. Corey and I have been known to switch out classes when people arrive to class. We switch out cutters sometimes when one works better than another. When Corey loses one.
When sizing. Yeah.
So, kind of what your client gets.
Yeah, no one said anything about it, which was great. But the people that did wait and pay me as they walked in the door, you could just tell, like, they were vetting me.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Did you have change?
No, I told everyone I don't have change. Nice. So one lady did pay me $20. Then she had 3 $1 and then $2 worth of quarters.
Count.
She's like, hey, someone wants to
money still spent. This is my last question. Is at any point did you think somebody wasn't going to pay or show?
There was one lady who messaged my business page to order it, but I had said you have to email. So I did collect her email when she messaged because I was going to send her. So I sent her all of those emails about the kits. She had never responded to one. And she was my very first person. She had ordered she's like, if you're ever doing kits, I want to order. So it was like 2 weeks before I even said. So I was like, I sent her all these emails. She never said anything. So then I did a Hail Mary on Facebook, like, hey, sent you a bunch of emails about your kits because she bought 3. And then her husband showed up.
Oh, that's very nice. That's always a risky click. A lot of us are doing communication through email. It's the most effective way to communicate. But if at any point your email is burned because maybe you didn't practice safe emailing practices, you're ending up in these spam messages for these important messages where you need them.
Yeah. That's why I would say definitely collecting a week out would have been playing it just a tinge more safe. But those people who are so reluctant, I feel like you're going to steal my stuff. Now that they've come within my cookie fold, I feel like they'll be more comfortable. They were able to come into my house, meet me. They got a cute kid, so next year I think I could
you gave them your kid.
No, they got a cute kid and kid. No one took the kid. They all took the kids.
So to recap a 2023 transition into 2024, well, we do a spring cleaning of sorts. This is what the list is. Update your cover photo. Sometimes some of you guys have stuff from the summer.
Some of you
if you wait 6 more months, you'll actually be ahead of schedule. So whatever you'd like to do. But nothing says I may not get my cookie order like an abandoned Facebook page.
I just want to say, the amount of bakers that come out during the holiday season, tons, because there's so much money to be had. But I'll see, there's this local foodies group. There's 120,000 people in there. But bakers will tag their business pages if someone's looking for something. I'll click because I'm nosy. I'm a nosy Nelly.
Me too.
Their page will not have been updated in a year. But I'm
that's a rough one. And and back to one of the points we have. Sometimes that pin post looks like an organic post. It doesn't say not told.
Yeah, it doesn't really look on mobile.
So your first post looks like it was from 2 years ago, but the second post is posted 2 days ago. Yeah. You did right, but then Facebook did you dirty, which is why we say update that pin post, which brings us to our second post. Repost your pin photo. I like having those with a photo. It attracts more attention. Maybe almost do that quarterly. I know. It's hard when Facebook's doing you dirty like that.
I know.
Dad had me help him on his Facebook page when I was there for Christmas. And he was like, "What? I made a post. I don't see it. My most recent post is from last year, but it was pinned.
Funny.
Because the new page
I do agree.
Point 3, update your email away message, vacation message, or just turn it off altogether if it's no longer functioning. It's easy to forget that. I know Google has kind of turn off automatically, but if you're using filters as autoresponders, you're going to want to make sure you auto what that says. Update your email signature if needed. If you use an email signature, we use WiseStamp. I got it through AppSumo's at Lifetime deal. But you can create your own email signature in Google. And if that has any residual content from 2023, you'll want to change that to 2024. Update your autoresponders in Facebook Messenger. There's a lot now, so make sure you go through each one. I'm away, but I'm at a computer, after hours, just a natural away, common ask questions, FAQs, and stuff like that. Update your bio message. That is on both Instagram, and then Facebook has a really teeny tiny one.
Yeah, can I add for the Instagram? If you have DIY kit pre-sale and that's your highlight and it's the first and foremost, or you have 2022, 2023, those highlights saying 2022.
That's a great one. I'm going to say edit your highlights.
Yeah, they're not doing you any favors. So I would suggest instead of time stamping something where it has a shelf life, Like you could do highlight ideas is reviews, which I have one now, just reviews, and it's.
Would you go as far as to delete whatever said 2023, 2024?
I would.
Okay.
If someone investing that much time into you.
Deleting a highlight does not delete the
It doesn't.
story.
No, it's just, it's archived.
Yeah.
So you can just change the highlight name.
If you guys don't know what you're talking about, on Instagram, you can highlight stories. Stories last for 24 hours until you add them to a highlight, in which case they're accessible at any time. Some stories have a timestamp on them. So anything that said had a great 2023, you're going to probably want to get rid of that because it does. Yeah. Right, nobody needs it in 2024.
I saw one that says how to order. Okay, that's a fine highlight. And I clicked to it. It hadn't been updated since 2021.
But likely the content is still the same.
But to me, I'm like, is this correct still?
So here's going to be that redundant work where you're posting the exact same thing, but you're just doing it in honor of the timestamp to get that
just
timestamp
to make it
updated.
Look more fresh and that you haven't forgotten about it.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking maybe this is all information.
I agree. This is a lot of the nuances, but getting them all dialed in for 2024 does set you up to look more put together. Again, at the end of the day, a lot of this is for that social proof that you're not going to steal these people money and dip. True. Then we have update your link tree or Shoreby or whatever the bio link is on your Instagram. A lot of you use it also for Facebook. Update that. Make sure it doesn't mention the Venny blending. And then have just, that new fresh content. If it requires just changing a photo out, that'd be really nice.
Yeah, just to keep it fresh.
Again, just really a fresh start. Remove outdated cookie classes. I know we have a lot of cookie classes, and a lot of you guys are running a lot of congruent cookie classes and promotions. Like I'm running 2 Christmas classes. I'm running 1 Thanksgiving class. So you're going to want to make sure you clear out all of those and kind of start with the new 2024 fresh eyes.
With our list.
I know.
Listing. I had a bunch of clients come in to my house and were like, do you teach classes?
See, if we were good marketers, which we're not. We would have had our 2024 class list already ready to go, and then everybody who worked with us in December would have gone. But do as we say, not as we do.
We got a lot of thinking, like, are we updating our price?
You want to update the price?
Yeah, I do.
Clear out website products that are holiday themed, and that goes as far as clear out your update your banner image, update any call to actions on the website that say place your order before the end of the year. You want to switch that over to place your order at the beginning of the year. And then I would go as far as archiving or deleting products that are holiday themed from last year. Yes. So Halloween should be gone, Thanksgiving gone, Christmas gone, and then now everything is Super Bowl, Mardi Gras, Easter, that kind of content. Yeah, that kind of it is a drab day after Christmas.
Heather, it's raining here. And I kind of it's a sleepy, I could go take a nap. But Heather's like, it's so sad and drab.
Now I have to take down the Christmas tree in the rain? I'm not even going outside to take it down. I just have to look at the rain.
Listen to that.
When are you taking your Christmas tree down?
I think this week.
This time. Update your order form. If you don't have a website, do your order form. Remove holiday products. Mentions of 2023. I know there's always booking details in order forms. Yeah. You're going to want to update that. If you have an autoresponder after your order form is submitted, you're going to want to update that as well. That's an easy one to forget because it's never right at the front.
Yes.
It's always in a couple settings down. Switch branding to either winter snow, generic branding, or Valentine's Day, something that says, hey, I'm still here and I'm moving us. Corey went back to generic branding.
I did. Makes it so I don't have to always remember.
Generic branding, if you're wondering what that is, it's her logo. You could either do just a set that you like that has no dialed-in theme, but a lot of sets have themes. Birthday. Yeah, but you could do generic one's birthday, generic one's a wedding. But Corey just did her logo overlaid over colors and some doodads, and now she wants them to be hearts.
Little heart.
And then I would use this week to collect missing payment. You have a lot of great excuses as to why you'd be reaching out to somebody. Yeah. Closing your fiscal books. You want to get them before you do a 10%, 20% late fee in 2024. You're looking out for them. You're trying to help them get their books closed as well. Kind of use the end of the year as the fall guy.
You didn't. Was that your last one? Uh-huh. You didn't add this even though you said it in the caro. You said get your inbox back to...
I know, that's not an easy one.
I had to clear out all my holiday, any chit-chat about DIY kits.
Now, let me ask you this. When obviously the DIY kits pickup was 22nd, right?
Yeah.
Do you delete those or do you archive those?
Archive.
Right. What? So you have
their emails again.
That'd be nice. A CRM program would allow you to see all the correspondence with that email.
Yeah, because then I could send them next email.
Yeah, CRM is a big undertaking, especially for people who've been in business for a bit, but it is so valuable to get that recurring income.
Maybe I should start doing
I'm going to teach a class on that. I've said that all of 2023. I'm going to say it all 2024.
But inbox clearing out all the clutter of the holidays. It was so... As people came to pick up their kits, I was archiving their email.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Are you an interested guy?
Just let me smile back at me.
You're no longer looking at me.
Getting inbox to zero means when you open your inbox, there is 0 emails in it. That means every email that comes in should be addressed. What did somebody say? Only touch it once. I read that once, and they said only touch an email once, meaning when you open it, the action you need to take in that email is taken, and the email disappears.
Yeah.
You either archive it. Deleting does save you space, but it deletes any reference of a past order with that person.
I know you can't look it up. A lot of times people will be like, do you remember what I paid last time? And I'm like, yeah, it's a little...
Here's when I would delete an email forever. If you were operating in one location and you moved, odds are you'll never service those clients again, and there's no real reference to those emails.
Or if you gave your base pricing and someone said that's way too expensive.
You don't really need reference to that. They could come back, but odds are you're going to restart that entire sales process again, so we didn't need to really reference that. I'll say aggressively unsubscribe from emails. That is a great way to get to inbox zero. We don't realize every time we buy something, we've been added to a list.
True.
I had downloaded an app. I had purchased an app for unsubscribing. I know that Gmail has its own. Otherwise, you're clicking in the footer of every email. This one works. I'm not sure if I love it or not. It works by putting them on a filter, meaning that it's telling Gmail, don't let this one hit our inbox. Go to the deletion automatically.
Oh, wow.
So it forces them to unsubscribe you, even if you know how when you unsubscribe, it's like only from this list, but you're on 50 more.
I know.
So this forces you to get rid of all emails from that URL.
Interesting.
Yeah, Ashley did that. She went through and unsubscribed from everything, and she's like, it's amazing how much of my inbox clutter was just subscriptions.
My personal email. Yeah, it's a war out there.
It truly is. What I did, I have one email that is meant to make purchases online and things like that, and I have one email that's actually meant to kind of manage my life. That one I protect, and if you sign me up for anything, you're getting unsubscribed immediately. The other one, I'm like, I'll go through and clean it out at certain intervals. But inbox zero is coveted.
It is.
If you have some time this week to really focus on inbox zero.
My business one is zeroed out, and anything in there is importante. Anything in the main. Like if I'm looking at you, you're an order coming
Here's
up.
what I'm going to challenge you to. Only because I had to access your inbox when we go to cookie class. You write a lot of emails to yourself.
I do.
Yeah, I would find a note-taking app that would clean that up a bit. It's inefficient the way you're doing it.
Here's the thing. I'm emailing myself the graphics from the cutter shops so I can project it down. Okay. And I do it through Gmail because I can just flip it real quick. A good Lord, even do no subject. Edit my photos and send them to myself so I can double edit so they're super bright and make your eyes bleed.
Because those are counting against your
I know.
Inbox space storage.
You know what? That's a project.
New year, buddy.
For 2020. It's when there says that there's 30,000 emails on there. It's daunting.
Which inbox are you talking about?
Corey A. Mason.
Is that where I'm getting? I think I emailed to Sugar Cookie Marketing, the class PowerPoint. I know because
I'm not emailing. You doing Corey and Target Ryan?
Maybe.
That's where I send all.
One where it's a lot of emails from you. Yeah. Why is Corey emailing yourself so many times?
All the time. I never deleted one.
Inbox zero is almost, we could spend an entire podcast on tips to get to inbox zero. But that way, if you have time to get to that, you're going to start off the new year, new me.
And I will tell you, like, sometimes I'll be like, I have to go through it. Anything that was sent to me last month is no longer relevant. You can delete it.
Well, looks like you didn't need a response after all. Okay, that takes us through this kind of a lull week. I hope that Christmas was good.
But tell them about the Cookie Class kits.
Okay, I have talked Corey into this offering. For the first 3 days of 2024, I'm going to do the original pricing of the Cookie College, and I'm going to let the Cookie Class Kits 2023 classes stay up for 3 more days. 3 more longer days than I said before. So on January 4th, you will not be able to get original pricing for the Cookie College, nor will you be able to get the 2023 class kits through a membership. There'll be a single purchase. which will be far more expensive than the membership.
So tell me the Cookie Class kits, what is the deal?
Let me break this down. The Cookie Class kits has 2023 classes. It has 12 of them.
It has more than 12.
No. And then has one 2024 class.
Yes.
So it has 12 2023 classes, one for each month.
Yes.
It was supposed to be the first. I'm extending it to the third. Those 2023 classes archive out of the Cookie Class Kits membership. Mm-hmm. It's not the Cookie College membership. The Cookie Class Kits membership is $63 a month. If you sign up right now, you get all the 2023 classes.
All of them. All 12 of them plus the...
You get one 2024 class, and in a couple days, you'll get another 2024 class. So that will be 14 classes for $63. Now, that was supposed to expire on the 31st. Corey said to let New Year, New Me people in, I can extend that to the 3rd.
Listen, I can change my mind at any moment. I did not know another class got suckered into
it.
Get suckered in.
I never get suckered when we had it. So in essence, if you signed up on the 1st, you'd be making the most of getting the least. Then on the 4th, the 2023 classes will archive, meaning they'll be no longer accessible for the Cookie Class Kits membership at $63 per month.
Yes, they will go
What that membership will have is those two 2024 classes.
Yeah, you'll have Jan-Feb, which January is a build your own snowman theme.
It's already out. It's already there.
And this week, Lord willing, it will be a football theme.
Yeah, but the 2023 class includes the Valentine's Day class. So right now you could get the most for the least. And you may be thinking, why would anyone sign up any other days but till the 3rd? Because, well, it archives. But in 2024, you'll get a whole new set of classes each month you stick around.
Yeah. So if you're like, you know what, I know other people have taught this, but I'm just trying to get into classes now, great for you. And specifically because the 2024 classes will be doing different types of themes. So we have football instead of Valentine's Day because last year we did a Valentine's Day theme. So let's see if we can't do the football one. And if you got both, bada bing, bada boom. That's even better for you.
One would be a great kit and one would be a great class.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we have, I know in like past times we've done like spring and there was like spring bugs, like I think a bird and a bug. This time we're doing a graduation theme. So that'll be fun for any parent wanting to hang out with
imagine having
your
all your 2023 options and these 2024 options. Now, if you say, well, maybe I can't get into the Cookie Class Kits before then, you could sign up for the Cookie College and they'll always have access to those 22. The Cookie College gets everything as a quote. So they'll not archive out of that membership. Now we have an offer. Corey let me have an offer. I did fight on this one. She didn't think I should do this because we only did this on the Vendy Blendy Day. And it was take us back to original pricing. For the last 12 months, the Cookie College has been $76 a month, which is great because you get the Cookie Class Kits, which is included at $63. Digital downloads, Baker's Business Basics, transfers, and something else I forget.
Freebie photos, private podcast, private group.
Right. So that is the best bundle ever. But for the first, I'm only starting this on the 1st and ending it on the 3rd. I'm going to take it back to that $68 a month, which is where we launched in August 31st, 2022.
So you get our original pricing.
Oh, 2021, excuse me. We've been doing this for 2 years.
My goodness. You get the original pricing for 3 days. Don't ask for one extra day. Don't say, oh my goodness, I was living in a rock.
It's the way that the platform works is either an on switch or an off switch.
Yeah.
It's not an on switch and then a kind of on switch. It's got to be
an off switch for everyone, but an on switch for you.
If you want to check out that, go to thecookiecollege.com. You'll see those offerings. If you want that original Cookie College pricing, wait until the 1st. I'll have it up by then. And if you want the Cookie Class Kits, you'd sign up right now.
Question for you.
Okay.
You say it's archiving. Isn't it then being able to be purchased one at a time, those old classes?
You and I were still discussing, I got to test some stuff on how the platform lets me list the stuff.
Cool.
If it bogs down the checkout process, I'm not going to have them individual purchase. So do a single bundle. But if I can exclude them from the checkout, like the checkout is a drop down. I wish Podia worked differently, but it doesn't. If that drop down is 50 tabs long, it's going to really bog down.
You should almost make it put it on Shopify or something.
Goodness, man. You want me to make
I
cards?
have a lot of plans for you for 2020.
It would be not conducive to sales to have another URLs to drive traffic to. Do a digital download on Etsy, but then we're still managing something else, and they're taking a cut. I'll have to figure it out. I almost think I have a viable workaround, but if not, then it will be a bundle.
All right.
So if you want
to, you guys to be able to pick and choose which one.
Corey wants
I think
everyone
it's so much
to
because you don't want a bundle.
self-serve a class I'm saying bundle, get all 2023 in a single purchase.
But then I'm like, what if you are not even doing business in the summer and you just want to teach a Valentine's Day?
Well, think
Fine
about
for you
it.
guys. Fine for you guys in these streets.
Anyways, thecookiecollege.com. Check that out if you want to learn more about either the cookie class kits or snag that original pricing from the 1st to the 3rd.
So listen, new year, new you.
New pin post, new cover.
New cover. If you want to grow and experience the growth that other people have experienced in 2023 in the Cookie College, 'tis the season. If you got a little stocking stuffer money, give it a test for 1 month. Our goal, me and Heather's job, is to allow you to make that money back.
Plus $1.
Plus $1. Because then and you're like, well, then I just made $1. No, the amount of new customers you got, the amount of information you got, content you got.
I'll say, and you can always tell that a product is worth it based off of how people spend their money. So, Corey and I are constantly offering something. Oh, scrap that. We've taught classes too close to the 4th of July. Scrap that. Nobody signed up. I will say that the average people who sign up for 1 month stay for over 4 months, and that's because they like the content so much. So I'm saying that people are telling us that they like what they're getting. If you're interested, you can sign up for a month, cancel whenever, but I bet you'll almost think, well, I think I'm going to stick around here a little bit longer.
Yeah. I have screenshot a lot of times when people have wins or whatever, and someone made a post.
Or whatever.
Someone made a post and said, why didn't I sign up sooner?
Great question. Because they were like, this has streamlined my workflow. And then when you want to do a little bit more investing, I do have a course on Inbox Zero. That's why I can tell you. The people who survive it, they're like, I hated the whole process, but I love the results. I hate the whole process too. I usually spend the last month of the year updating my spreadsheets, changing everything over. I like tracking a lot of stuff. And then trying to get to Inbox Zero, which is always a nail biter.
It is.
So again, I'll post about this in the groups about that. That $68 pricing is great. And then getting all those cookie class kits at that price is ridiculous. Because they'll come down. Let me actually do the math real quick. Because the membership, because it's a recurring membership, is $63 a month, but you'll get technically these 14 classes. Yeah. Each class is $4.50.
That hurts my feelings.
I know. Corey doesn't like looking at it that way, even though it's a very logical way to look at it.
Listen, the amount of work it takes to make
it's for people kind of putting in. I know my side of it takes about 8 hours. I know your side takes quite a bit longer.
Just the planning. First off, the planning. The endless looking at what colors can work.
Yeah. So it's like, I look at them, I'm like, these are cute. Corey's like, no, you don't understand. It's 4 colors working across 6 cookies.
And a theme.
And a theme that all has to match and make sense. And every design has to kind of play into each other.
Yeah. So you don't even understand. The little piece of paper. I have to pen and paper it.
Corey will do it on Saturday. She'll make the whole family brainstorm.
Yeah. I'll have to pen and paper it. And I have the colors. And then I'll have a little branch off of each colors. And what cookies fit under those colors.
Yeah. I was going to say, the reason being, we don't teach classes with more than 4 colors because we try to keep our...
I couldn't possibly helicopter one more color.
Yeah. Time is money. And ingredients cost is money. And then too many options. You get a little analysis paralysis from people. So all the cookie class kits are 6 cookies, 4 icing.
It is.
And then we do all the graphic design for you, all the promotional material and the copy and the math. I actually give you a spreadsheet. I use the spreadsheet for myself.
Photos. I am photoing.
The photos are...
It pushes my brain. It literally...
And we've done it it'll be your 14th month.
And listen... It's harder now than it was at the beginning.
Yeah, so last year we did the common themes. This year we're doing the secondary themes, like instead of Valentine's Day football.
Yeah, and then we're doing, I think we did a springtime one. Instead of that, we're going to do what is the little gnome guy with red hair?
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, the gnome guy with hair.
I can't
That would be the guy in the Lucky Charms box.
But St. Patrick's Day, because that is a big one. Yeah. And we didn't do that kind of last year.
Right, so now it'll give the people who are staying in these memberships, so some people have been in the kit since day one, they'll get a whole new set to access.
You could me and Heather love to reteach the same thing. We'll do it this year too.
Well, because here's a thought, and Corey and I are all about cost savings. We're all about teaching the shortest amount of time allocated to a class, but we already have the cutters that we paid for.
Yeah, so
we get
I'm
to
like,
reuse
let's
them.
and no one has been like, how dare you?
A lot of the people that we see, they like to teach so many different classes. To me, more power to you. I'm sure your audience loves it. My bottom line wouldn't. So we kind of stay. Like if we taught classes every month this year, I guarantee we'll teach classes we've already taught.
Yeah, for sure. And someone might show up and I did this one last year.
We've had people take the Christmas class twice when we taught the same one.
True. And I really love our classes of last year. So
yeah. So last year, Corey and I had thrown together some, not cookie class kits level classes, just some stuff to teach for a couple years before we ever launched the cookie class kits. But this year we taught alongside the cookie class kits content we were offering, because you can't, if you got to preach it, you also got to teach it.
you do.
So we went and taught that. And I thought our audience really liked the new designs.
They did.
Huh.
Yeah, they really, truly did.
It was really cute.
It
You did
made
a great
me feel
job.
more professional that all the designs, if you don't want to know, Sweet Pink Olive, I send her my ideas. She has someone that she pays that designs them all.
So they'll take these concepts that Corey wants and she'll design them to look at this like matching set.
The same artist. So the way that she draws one is the way that she draws them all.
It's so cute.
It's adorable.
It's kind of like everything's a little on the chunky side.
Yeah, I said Chunky Boys, you know.
Yeah, very cute. So almost every month matches the entire
really
year.
does. It looks so much better than me.
It really did. Sorry to us, past class. Sorry to our past class attendance. But we stopped people coming back, so I think they like it.
I think we do.
But that is that option. I would say check it out now. Make that purchase decision on the first for either or, and you're going to be able to get the most out of both of them.
Yeah.
And then you can cancel anytime. But I'll wager you're going to like what you see.
You're gonna like.
It's a little brainchild.
You're gonna like how you look. You're gonna like the way you look. Is that the guy, the suit guy?
What is the company?
You're gonna like the way you look.
You're gonna like the way you look. I can guarantee it.
Yeah, that's what it says.
What's our tagline? You're gonna like the way you teach. You're gonna like the money you make when you teach. I can guarantee it.
Your accountant can guarantee it.
So that is that. Now moving on to sponsors.
AE Core backers.
Oh.
This just came in, just down the pipeline. They're retiring.
I am so surprised.
The
woman said,
"What if you cut me off?"
I'll
I
show
said,
you.
"They're retiring," and then you cut me off.
Yeah,
They're retiring a specific backdrop. One of my faves, Polar White, is in its final weeks, my friends.
That is so crazy.
It is, the turnaround time for Polar White is longer than all the other boards. So it's like a lot of times on back order. So they said, you know what? Out with the old, in with the new. Polar White's out. But you're like, Corey, I know
what's
you love
replacing
Polar.
it with?
They're having a new launch in 2024 or something. I don't know if a white's in there. But they have white matte finish.
That one's staying.
That one is new and it's still there.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So honestly, those two were my favorites. So I'm not.
What is the difference between the two?
There's a little texture on the Polar White.
Oh.
There's no texture on the white matte finish. Polar White is bright white.
Oh.
White matte finish is a little bit creamier, but both white.
Very nice.
Yeah. So they're retiring it. She has a deal. I think you have to go to her website to check out what that deal is on the Polar White. Mm-hmm. I think you can snag it at a discount.
Really?
It is currently on back order, but you can order it
And then
at a
she'll get it
discount
to
and
you?
then you get it.
Okay, I'm just
Is it
gonna
on
see
our
if it's
website?
here. Polar White. It is available at $75.95. What's the coupon code?
Well, if you want 20% off, you can use the code SUGARCOOKIE at checkout, and that'll get you 20% off. But I don't know the exact details of her sale, but there is going to be a last run on the Polar White.
Oh, that's so crazy. I love it. She looks like she's updated her marketing. Let me just see if it's on Facebook, if they mention what's going on.
They have not for, yeah, it's not there.
Really? How interesting. You got to tell her that she still has Vendy Blendy pinned. to the top.
We'll let her know.
But that is cool. What is the discount code to get?
20% off is code SUGARCOOKIE singular. So if you got a little cashish in your stocking
Oh, that would be a good one.
and
to
you
invest
want
in.
to invest in your 2024, I highly recommend AE Core. Hey, that rhymes.
Say it again.
If you want to invest in your 2024, I highly recommend AE Core.
Hey, Acor, you got 1 year to make that work. Then moving on, we have Eddie the Edible Printer. I would like to think everyone unwrapped one
I feel like
yesterday.
Eddie was the prince on Eddie this Christmas season.
Yeah.
Eddies were glowing everyone's cookie rooms across the world. Bright green. I think you can turn off the colors. But I
Oh,
love the colors.
really?
think
I
you
like the
can.
color. I like to know he knows that I know. Eddie is a direct-to-food printer. It really removes almost all the need for a stencil,
Airbrush,
silk screen,
yeah.
airbrush. You could really cut that out. He ain't cheap. He's $3,000, but if you're trying to get into your corporate girly era, if you're trying to streamline workflow, if you're trying to increase production numbers, Eddie the Edible Food Printer by Primera is going to be the move. So if you didn't get one for Christmas, One, you were on the naughty list.
Yeah, what did
you
you
did
do?
not take payment at time of order. It would be cool. Someone said, I know I'm not getting one for Christmas, but you know what I'm doing this year? I'm allocating a portion of every order I take towards one, and I will buy myself one by July.
The happiness I would have every order I got. You know, I'd just be like,
because then you got goals. I love making I love giving every dollar a job. I use the app, Wine app. You need a budget.
Yeah.
And then when money comes in, I can assign it towards a goal. And if that goal is Eddie, we had, his name is Ben B from Wine app. He taught a Facebook Live in the group. You can go find it on the past lives spreadsheet, where he tells you how to use that app for your business to budget for things like an Eddie.
Yeah.
So that's a great way. If you didn't get Eddie for Christmas, it doesn't mean no dready.
Just no dready. You can still get an Eddie.
No, I'm sure we're not allowed to say this, but I saw someone ask Primera about their frosting. Freddie. So it's a frosting bot.
Listen.
Whatever it is in my mind's going to be blown.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, they don't have even a dialed in price
know.
point, so I think it might be a little bit down the road, but I'm just saying, they're not telling you can't ask
Yeah,
about
they're not
it.
saying no. They're not saying hush hush. We
That's
just
all
saw
I
it in the
ever-
comment thread.
when Freddie comes out, I will enter the cookie market.
Cookie market.
I will be your guys' competition.
Last but not least is Royal Batch. It is a meringue powder. It's the one I use, and many bakers use it. It comes with 3 ingredients already in it, which is white food coloring. So when it whips up, whips up bright white. It already has vanilla flavoring in it, so you don't have to add any if you didn't want to. If you want that extra zhuzh, it already tastes like vanilla. It tastes great, right out of the bag. Not that I've dubbed my finger in it. Last, it has corn syrup in it. If you're new to royal icing, people add corn syrup into their icing mix because it gives it a softer bite. It also allows the icing to dry with a little sheen on it. So it looks it doesn't dry matte. So you can have that
I
little
think
bit
that's kind of classy when they do that.
I do like it.
You did not leave me any of Christmas cookies.
I have.
I asked so
I'm
many
sorry.
times.
I bring them Saturday. Bring them on Saturday.
Don't forget to pick me up.
Listen, people. I am asked to make cookies every single holiday.
Can I call you out on this?
Every single holiday, I am asked to make cookies. I go out of my way to make them. And every year. And I don't know, maybe they taste horrible. Like
No, this is what happens. We beg Corey for these cookies.
Yeah.
She makes stuff that's so extravagant. It's stunning. It's beautiful. But because she wants the oohs and ahs, she packages them as if they're a custom order. There's tinsel and twine and custom cards and fluffy stuff and shred. And nobody wants to open them because it almost looks like you're opening somebody's
I'm
order.
a professional.
Yeah. So I had to say, hey, stop. Open that right now. Give me 3
Heather did
hands.
And
I know they want to, but they're so worried because you're waiting for them to go, ooh, ah.
No, I don't need an ooh and ah.
You need an ooh and ah.
I don't.
I've coached everyone behind your back. I need oohs and ahs from all the peanut galleries so we get more of these.
Where were they? Someone was like, this isn't Merry Christmas. I said, it's literally a gingerbread.
Who said that? Because
Mickey
I told
Mouse.
Gams, if you dare
My
say.
mom said it.
Didn't get to her first.
She said, this doesn't look Merry Christmas. It looks like Mickey Mouse. I said, he's a gingerbread man.
Yeah. Mom ruined it for us, but that's not me, okay?
Heather did a good.
Yeah, so I did say, can you leave me some, please? I love a fresh cookie. Give me a salad bag. I'm not on no diet anymore. Give me a cookie.
Yeah,
And then you took them with you, which is wild.
I did.
A hinge.
Yeah, because you know what happens when I come here?
Look, see, you had to dance for them, guys. You see what I have to do?
They're up there.
I can't help that. Gans is
stacked
constantly
on each
moving
other.
things around. I can't find half the stuff I've left.
I just want to tell you, if you're wondering how fun the Cookie College is, we did a Secret Santa gift exchange first year ever. And
I've learned some lessons to make it
Heather
more optimized.
did. Heather learned some lessons.
I didn't understand exactly how Secret Santa went, and I learned along the way.
Yeah. But we got I got my Secret Santa, but my Secret Santa included Heather in.
Yeah, I didn't assign myself a Secret Santa because I knew who everyone was getting. So
Yeah.
it seemed a little like
Right. But
you
my
know.
Secret Santa took pity on Heather
and gave me
and doubled everything I got.
It was
for
Kim
Heather.
from Maryland, and
Kim listens to the podcast because I had just said on a recent
Corey?
podcast I had no
Okay,
envelope.
I want to let Kim Miller. I want to let her know how Corey unboxes. She says there's a giant box in the car. It's Christmas Eve. She
Yes.
brings it in and she starts opening piece by piece and telling everybody, like, this is why she get to this because on the podcast I said this. My cousin Jenny is so floored that somebody
She
even
could
listens
not-
to us.
It said one of the gifts says for you to relive your childhood. Boxes of Dunkaroos.
Dunkarootskis. Then she gave us a 3-wick Bath and Body Works candle. Little does Kim know, eucalyptus mint is my favorite.
Heather's favorite smell.
Yeah.
And it was like stoked. When you mod the group, so it was a stress relief.
And it was so intentional. It was so fun. And then we got to see all these Secret Santa gifts getting revealed. Now, I know some of you who are in the college are like, well, I didn't get mine yet. You got to be easy on shipping times.
You do. It is crazy out there. As long as you're getting it, it's what we care about. And it could be the gift of the new year.
Yeah, I sent everyone an email to the Cookie College of who got your name so you can work with them directly to figure out if you got a porch pirate on a run.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Someone said, I'm so sorry, but I accidentally shipped my Secret Santa gift back to myself. I said, some of the best gifts we give are the ones we give ourselves. She said, I'm so flustered.
I was wondering how it would go. Because a lot of people signed up, probably over 300.
233.
Okay, definitely not over 300. But it was a blast. It was more fun to give, I think, like to be like, I'm gonna buy all the stuff I want.
And then I'm like I get a proxy high when somebody opens something.
Yes,
I love to know. There's a thread going in the group right now. What's the best baking item you got this year?
Yeah,
at Christmas. What would be yours? You got some cute cake stands.
I got some cute cake stands from someone went to HomeSense and got it. But what I asked for and I got, I think her name is My Cake Pop Molds or Little Cake Pop Molds, something like this. I'm newer to the cake pop game. She came out with a custom-made wooden stand.
For photography, you said?
Or for display if you wanted to or something like that. So I did get that wooden stand for Christmas. And it holds like a little over a dozen.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, it was so nice looking. So heavy, so well made.
Great. Yeah. That's awesome. So we didn't get any text, but if you guys want to text in for questions about the new year, it is 571-556-5644. It does make this podcast a little bit more interesting.
A little bit, so you don't have to hear me and Heather.
Now, do you have a Twinterest? I know it was Christmas.
Okay. My Twinterest is, if you hold up your pinky, did I say this?
I don't know where we're headed.
Your pinky finger, then it's the size of my freezer in my home.
Oh, fair.
It is like playing Tetris with my husband's frozen chicken.
I'll say like Gams has those drawer freezers. Yeah. I don't know how it eats up all the space. There's nothing in it, but there's also no space. Yeah. I don't know what these bottom. Yeah. I think the internals of the fridge are taking up the freezer space.
Plus, if you have an ice box, forget about it. It's taking up the whole door.
Gams has ice boxes in her fridge. I don't know how.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
My door can hold not even a brick of butter. It can hold 2. So you have to split them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the tiniest thing. So I got a stand-up freezer from Walmart.
From Walmart?
From Walmart. It was
Did you go to Walmart or did you ship it from Walmart?
I definitely absolutely shipped it because I do not have the ability to.
How tall is it?
It's as tall as me, so I want to say it's 5'5".
Okay. We're 5'4".
It's a little. I got a ratio.
Okay, and are there shelves?
There's glass shelves inside.
Are there drawers?
I didn't get the expensive one, so there's no drawers in mine.
Did you want drawers or did you need drawers?
So I was reading, and I was like, I did ask my local community group.
Well, how much is this? How much was it?
$250.
Not bad.
Yeah, it was on sale. I asked my local community group, I'm like, hey, I'm a baker. I need some storage. And a lot of people said the ones with the drawers limit the space that you can.
I agree. Drawers are a give and take. You can't be any higher.
It can't be any wider than a drawer. So they said it was better to get
not a bad idea.
The shelves. So that is what I got, guys. I'm living my best life.
Really? What has it been the biggest difference?
I could not make macarons and store the shells because there was no space to store them. Really? If I wanted to work ahead on an order, I almost couldn't.
$250 is not chump change.
No.
But it is a nice investment to be able to work ahead, which saves cost, time, and effort.
So I like to batch make the dough.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I
have got to have space to put it
If you got a Bosch Boo, then you can work in batches, but you'll need to store some of that.
So now I can store orders. I can store any leftover. Anytime I do samples, I like to give those away. Mm-hmm. So I like to be able to store them till I have like a Saturday where they allow you to sell in the group. To give them away instead of them becoming hard.
Yes.
So then I can make macarons. You're supposed to, if you want to pre-roll a cake pop, you don't dip it. You ball it up. Okay. You put it in the freezer
as a ball.
As a ball.
Have a bag of balls.
Bag of balls.
Really?
Yeah, and then you bring them back out.
Are they sticking to each other? Are they getting in a weird shape?
They said when it comes back to room temperature, you can re-roll it just to give it the shape because it might get a little flat where it's sitting. But you have to put them in the freezer. They won't last in the fridge.
For sure.
Yeah, so now I can. Before I was like,
Oh.
whatever I was making had to,
You
there
can
was no
freeze
saving.
blanks. You can freeze.
Absolutely. Yeah. So a lot of times those thank you cookies, I wanted to have those to gift to people, but I didn't have a spot to put them.
That is great. I think that's actually a great investment. I know you were thinking about it for a while.
I know. I just
Again,
was like,
how much is the footprint of it on the floor? How much size are we talking about, length and width? And then we got height.
I don't know the length and width. It's not so big.
Okay.
So it's hidden in my little
Closet.
storage area
Oh,
where the
okay.
air conditioning is.
Not bad. I mean, it's too big to fit in your kitchen because you have
Yeah, I
a
would
fridge in your
hate to
kitchen.
stare at that thing.
Okay, but if you had a cookie room, this would be a solid investment.
Yeah.
Very nice. I like it.
I was so happy with it.
My Twinterest was actually a gift I've had in my cart, a $100 thermal printer. Now you're thinking mun bin. No. And the reason we do have a mun bin, but the reason why this is different for me is if you have a mun bin, you know some fancy curse words now. When you tee up a mun bin to change out the paper, it automatically wastes 2 paper. And then when you realize you forgot to tell the printer to resize the paper, you immediately waste 2 more. This is a little printer, a little thermal printer that actually works from an app on my phone. I can do desktop, but imagine cutting out a computer. I don't need a driver.
True.
So this little thermal printer has its little roll of paper, and from my phone, I can either handwrite, I can take a photo, again, it's thermal, so it's always printing in black and white, or I can just do a quick note. And I told Corey, it's a really quick way to label something without having to retool an entire mun bin.
What's so crazy, guys, is for Heather's birthday, less than a month ago, she asked for a labeler.
I've labeled everything.
But then why would you get
Because
another
there's
label?
because that labeler does like straight line things. I've labeled every cord that I have. You know how when you get so many devices, you have all these cables? A lot of them are redundant.
Listen, I have a chest.
Does it cause anxiety
where
to think of
cords
the...
go to pass away because I don't know.
You don't know what they are.
Yeah.
So I got a professional Dymo labeler, but it is a commercial grade because I had the one that you get at Walmart, and this paper doesn't stick very well. And I hate seeing paper come apart, like the sticker come off. This one, I've been able to label every cable. That little name does not come off.
Or is it stuck to, like, if the cable's like there, is it just right there? So it's always on it? Or did you wrap it up?
Well, I already wrapped my cables already with using like a Velcro wrap.
It is so different.
Yeah.
My cords are just splunks.
But you don't know what they're doing, Brady. You don't know where they go, Brady.
They're in a resting area.
I just the exact, and people are like, do you like being organized? No, I just hate being disorganized. I hate the thought that I need something and don't know where it is.
Yes.
So it's not like I'm like passionately labeling things. I'm passionately not trying to be stressed by not labeling.
I suffer from the same.
I think here's the thing. You've tasted of Inbox Zero and now you can't go back. Once you taste of it, you can't go back. But you have to get there first, and it's hard to get there.
True. It is.
So the little labeler, they do like, it's like what, 3 by 2 inch, a little pre-paper. It's already pre-cut and everything.
Yeah.
And I can just really, I was telling Corey, she's like, what do you need this for? It's like, if I have a bin of stuff, I can just tell you exactly what's in it, print it out, put the sticker on the bin. That way I know what's in there. I don't have to open it every time.
How many bins do you have?
I've gotten rid of all my bins, and now I'm building back an organization.
Building more bins.
Yeah, I know. Bins of sin.
Bins, we did do a podcast on.
Bins of sin. So the bin has to have something that functions and has been used, which a lot of cables you could get rid of because you do not need them. Everything's moving to USB-C, including iPhones. So technically, you just need a couple of versions of a USB-C.
There was a question I had for you. It has nothing to do with what you're just talking about. We got for Christmas from my parents Uggs. I've never been a trendsetter. I am not trendy.
They're the softest thing my toe has touched.
Should I return them and get like the on clouds I was going to get?
I'm going to come from a minimalist perspective. Get something that you plan to use.
Yeah, because I was like, I already have a bunch of those cat slippers.
You owe no loyalty to something you're not going to use. I'm sure even the gift giver, while I'm sure they'd like you to like what they did, they would rather you have something that you use. Now, here's a caveat. If you get those on-clouds, an on-cloud has to be donated.
I was going to donate the stuff back to the store.
No, I'm saying, if you get a new pair of on-clouds, I know you're wearing it.
Donating
really,
the slippers back to the store at first.
You can't just keep buying on-clouds and not donating something.
On clouds. One's for running, one's waterproof, and one's for walking.
Corey, this is Corey. I think I'll get these on-cloud shoes are really comfortable. I gotta say, I take long walks and my back and knees have been saved by them. They're not cheap.
Are like, do you think they're revolutionary?
I think I can only tell you what TikTok said to me. TikTok said everyone gets Nikes because you just know because it's so well branded.
Yes.
But Nikes aren't necessarily conducive to being softer on your knee joints.
Yeah.
But, in your 20s, does anything
Yeah,
hurt?
just
But
looking
so in my 30s, I started these 5-mile walks. But at the end of the walk, my knees, I could almost hear them.
Because you were using those Adidas shoes?
No, I was using Nikes. But they had no support in them. They had no sole support or anything.
Yeah.
So then I said, well, if I want to keep walking, this is just not working. It hurts so badly. So I got these on clouds per the recommendation of Ashley.
Yeah.
And I went on the 5-mile walk and I did not feel my knees at all. So I think in your 20s, your knees were hurting. You just didn't listen.
Yes.
In your 30s, they're yelling.
They're yelling at
and
you.
you've got to listen. So the on clouds aren't cheap, but I do say, wow, it really changed my walk.
I know. So I've been wearing on clouds. We did a whole podcast on my foot popping through the top of one.
Oh, yeah. And they gave you that refund.
Since they have been just rocking my socks. Heather thinks the color I get is hideous.
I think Corey gets only black shoes with black lace in it. It just looked like you got off your Taco Bell run.
Like
When you work in food
fast
service,
food, you have to wear black shoes.
No slip shoes.
Listen,
you just look. Yeah, I'll get a number 3.
I wear black shoes because a lot of times I wear black pants.
And
my feet are like
combo meal with a Diet Coke, please.
Heather likes like white shoes.
And pay the price.
Yeah, because they get dirty. Black shoes, you can't. I could step in doo doo right now. You wouldn't even know.
Yours are so dirty. I can see that they're dirty.
That is power. That is flour.
Look at it. I have these on clouds. You had to clean in the cribs.
Wait, they're dusty.
Yeah, your shoes.
It's
literally
flour. Look, what am I doing? I'm just dragging this foot.
They said, I was like to watch Forensic Files at night. They said people who wear shoes often, their sole of their shoe creates almost something as identifiable as a thumbprint because of how you walk so often. It wears different parts of the sole down.
Yeah, look, I must be walking. Like, look,
I'm sure an orthopedic doctor
this morning.
You slipped?
I tripped.
Oh, tripped.
It made like when your shoes squeak, where it whistled. It whistled. People were like, oh.
You just kind of had to like chuckle out loud and be like, I hope I'm not on YouTube. Watch out, that floor, come on, girl. Okay, we'll see you guys next week. But spend this week either like chilling, reorganizing. That's a great one.
Yes.
Oh, the cookie college. This is a great idea. Heather Brookshire said, can we do a consolidation, like an organization challenge in January? In February, they don't do a money challenge.
Like, okay, I sold 14 advent calendars. That means I have 6 left.
And do what with it? Keep it or try to sell it to somebody?
I would say you need to jot that down. So when next year comes around, instead of
kind of come up with a list of those for me. I'll build it into a January challenge. We'll launch it on the 1st.
Yeah, unfortunately, the amount of baggies I have these for dog.
For what? What do you have baggies for?
Like for the reindeer, like the stand-up pouches that are super cute.
I know.
I never got around to it.
Maybe take inventory and then know what's coming.
Yeah. So then next year, instead of overselling, be like, oh crap, now I gotta go buy 30 more bags. I can be like, I have 14 coal bags that you can buy. So like
14 every year getting gold for Christmas.
So you can only have 14 versus buying so much and then not knowing what you have.
I know.
And rebuying.
That's what we say. Not every trend is one to jump in on. You get it.
It is not.
Okay, cutting you guys loose. We'll see you again next week.
Oh, happy 2025!